Hello and welcome to Steps to Maths, and today in Constructions we're going to be continuing some of the memory work that we've been doing lately. So last week or last fortnight you memorized 15 different images. You linked those images to points on a memory journey that you have. Okay, so you've got 15 images. You've linked those to 15 steps on your memory journey. Okay, so you should be able to, without looking at anything or thinking about anything, you should be able to read out those 15 images. So what we're doing today is we're going to be looking at applying the image to the construction, and we're going to be doing that for the first how many shall we do? We'll do the first 5. So that'll divide up the constructions nicely. The first 5 constructions. So you know, of course, that the images are going to be a slice of pizza being cut in half, a long tube being cut in half, a bird on a wire doing a dropping through a target. The target is square with a circle in it. The 4th image, of course, is a bird that's flying and does a dropping through a target onto a line on the road. And the 5th image is of train tracks. So now we're going to talk about what those images are. The first image is of a pizza. So what we're thinking of when we're looking at this pizza, we have an angle. An angle is a measure of a certain number of degrees that you've turned, and using only a set of compasses and a straight line, we want to cut that angle in half. Once we've memorized these, we'll look at how you actually do them. But what we're doing is we're cutting an angle in half so that this angle and this angle are the same. Okay, this is called bisecting an angle. So when you're remembering your memory journey, you will now remember the image of a pizza being cut in half, and you'll need to remember the words bisecting an angle. Okay, bisecting means to cut in half. An angle is this. It's how wide your pizza is. The second thing that you're doing is you will be bisecting a line. Bisecting a line segment. So you're going to have a line segment, and there's going to be the perpendicular bisection of a line segment. So all I want you to do today is remember, of course you remember from last day, that your image is a long tube and it's been cut in half. But I want you to remember a few new words. I want you to remember that perpendicular means you've got this kind of shape. Bisection means it's been cut in half, so this length is the same as this length. And a line segment is just a piece of a line that is that long. Okay, so you will still be memorizing your 15 steps on your memory journey. You'll still be memorizing the 15 images that go with that. But now you'll know that image 1 is bisecting an angle, and image 2 is the perpendicular bisection of a line segment. Image 3. What was I doing with a bird on a wire? Well, here we had a bird on a wire, and here we had a point. And image 3 was a perpendicular from a line. It's not a bisection, we're not cutting the line in half. We're just doing a perpendicular, from a point to a line. Not a line segment, a line. So this line goes on to infinity in both directions. We have a point and we want a perpendicular from that point to the line. So it's this kind of shape that we're looking for. So that's why we're remembering the bird. Why was there an image of a target? The reason there's an image of a target is there are 2 ways to do this. So 3A is using a compass, and a compass is for drawing circles. Hence the circle. Another 3B is using a set square. We're using the word square to remember set square. Okay, so when you're remembering your bird on a wire dropping through a target, What we're thinking of is a perpendicular from a point to a line. The target helps us to remember that we're using a compass and a set square. Image number 4 is similar, except this time I think I got this the wrong way around, excuse me. This was number 4 and this is number 3. So number 4, this was a flying bird on a particular point that's getting a perpendicular onto a line. Number 3, these are kind of the other way around. Number 3 is a point on that line and I want to draw a perpendicular from that. Okay, so you see that in construction number 4, it's a point to a line. In construction number 3, it's a point on a line. And apart from that, it's exactly the same. There is a 4A and a 4B. We're remembering a circle and a square to remember that we can do this with a compass, or we can do it with a set square. A compass is used for drawing circles, so we can remember that we can use a compass to do this, or we can use a set square to do this. Okay? What is image number 5? Image number 5, squeeze it in here. Image number 5 is of train tracks. Okay? What we know about train tracks is they are parallel to each other. So image number 5 is about drawing a parallel line. Okay? Now I apologize for the slight mix-up in the order on this, but these are the first 5 that I want you to recall. I want you to remember your 15 images and your 15 steps on your memory journey. You're going to revise that tonight and you're going to make sure you can remember it every week, because you're going to remember this all the way up to the junior cert. So image 1 was a slice of pizza. Slice of pizza was the image. The construction is bisecting an angle, which means cutting an angle into 2 equal parts. We will work out how to do the construction later. For the moment, I want you to remember it. This is just really just practicing memory, which is very useful to you anyway. So don't worry, you're going to be making use of this effort that you're putting in now. Okay. Second step, your image was of a long tube being cut in half. Your construction is the perpendicular bisection of a line segment. So if a piece of a line is a line segment, a bisection means you're cutting it into 2 equal pieces, and perpendicular means it's going to have this kind of shape here, this T shape. Okay. Number 3, your image was a bird on a wire. So it's a point on a wire and we're doing a perpendicular from it. The target is a square and a circle, which reminds us there are 2 ways of doing this, one with a compass and one with a set square. Image number 4 was a flying bird at a particular point. You can imagine this the other way around if you like. Here's a flying bird. Okay. From a point to a line. So it's a perpendicular from a point to a line is construction 4. And again, you can use a compass or a set square. Okay. Number 5 is drawing a parallel line. Your image was train tracks. So what I want you to do is I want you to recall your 15 images again, and then understand that your 5 images are 5 constructions. Pizza is bisecting an angle. Tube being cut in half is a perpendicular bisection of a line segment. Bird on a wire is a perpendicular from a point on a line. A flying bird onto a line is a perpendicular from a point to a line. The target tells you we can use a compass or a set square. Image of train tracks, drawing a parallel line. Okay? We're going to continue memorizing, and then we're going to actually look at doing the constructions. For the moment, do your memorization. It's a very, very valuable skill. It'll turn out very useful in all of your subjects. So practice this and get this done. So those are your first 5 constructions, but you'll recall your first 15 images as well. So that's your exercise today. Best of luck.